Hello, my name is Destiny Davis, and today me and my classmates Simone Blanchard, Kaya Gray, and Rainy Clan will explain to you a step-by-step process of how to balance equations, as well as why it's important and how it relates to other material and chemistry. The definition of a balanced reaction is an equation in which the chemical reaction in which the number of atoms for each element is the same as the reactant and in the product. In other words, the mass and the charge are balanced on both sides of the reaction. The reactant appears on the left side of the arrow, showing the compound before a reaction has occurred. The product is on the right side, showing after the reaction has taken place. Why is it important? Balancing reactions demonstrate the first law of conservation, that matter cannot be destroyed nor created. It is shown by having the same number of atoms in the product and the reactant. Okay, the step-by-step process for balancing reactions. The first step is to list the element on both sides of the arrow. The second step, balance polyatomic atoms for compounds first. The third step is balance atoms that appear only one time on each side. And the fourth step is to balance hydrogens and oxygens. The last step is count the atoms to double check. Example problem number 1 is Fe plus Cl2 combines to make FeCl3. The first step is you separate the compounds. So you put Fe as Cl, and then you put FeCl on another side. And Fl is 1, Fe is 1, Cl is 2, and on the other side, where it's combined, Fe is 1, and Cl is 3. And to balance the compounds on both sides, you have to multiply Cl on the side of the arrow by 2. And then you put 2 up there because that's the number that you multiply by. And then you have to do the same on the other side. So you multiply by 3, and then you put 3 for Cl2. And then you go back to the side of the arrow, and you put 2, and then you put 2 on the other side, and then there's another 2. So that basically means that all of them are balanced. Now that you know the step-by-step process of how to balance an equation, let's try one on your own. Okay, so if you follow the steps correctly, you will list all the elements you have on both sides of the equation. On the reactant side, you have Cl, Ag, and NO3. You also have the same ones on the product side. However, you must list them in the same order so that you will not get confused. The next step is to write how many of each element you have. On the reactant side, you have 1 Cu, 1 Ag, and 1 NO3. On the product side, you have 1 Cu, 1 Ag, and 2 NO3s. The first step tells us to balance the polyatomic ions first. So we want to balance NO3. On one side it has 2, and one side it has 1. So on the reactant side, we want to multiply that by 2 so that both of them will have 2. We then put that 2 inside the equation on the reactant side. However, by placing the 2 on the reactant side, it also changes the Ag on the reactant side, which changes the Ag and multiplies the Ag by 2, making it 2 Ags on the reactant side. Now we see there is only one Ag on the product side and one Ag on the reactant side, so we must balance this element. To do this, we multiply Ag by 2 on the product side to get 2 Ag elements. Now we see that all of them are balanced, but to show that we have finished the problem, we will put 1s in an empty space to let everyone know we're done. Thank you.